court, just like what happened in
My
the
son came in this.
I am absolutely don't know nothing about, and they frame me.
Doing a first appearance hearing, he can be taken after he signs. Have him sign the no contact.
and even threatened.
Yo, you hit the title, you read the page, man. We're reacting to top 5 craziest convicts of all times. Yo, y'all just seen homeboy leap for faith and attack the judge. I seen that, and I ain't gonna lie, I was screaming. I'm like, yo, he really attacked a whole judge. It looked like he was getting a beats off of Shorty too. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt bad a little bit. Cause you know, some judges be doing demos. But clearly he has a problem, so that's why she was like, lock him up. And I seen that, and I just got inspired to go look up what else? Who else be bugging out on judges? So hit that subscribe for the vibe. Hope you're feeling good, hope you're feeling great. Let's get to it. Let's get straight to it.
Now, we had to bleep
that started out crazy. Because you just noticed what just happened just now. We just started out. I'm like, that's crazy.
of that because he was...
Answer, you don't believe you're crazy, do you?
First of all, this is mad low. Well, it's loud on y'all end, but it's low on mine. Hold on. Let me turn me up. Turn this up.
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
This is Markeith Lloyd, who's in court for fatally shooting a police officer in Orlando, Florida. Lloyd was already on the run from the police after he killed his former girlfriend.
He shot a cop. He crazy.
Who was pregnant with his child. A month later, we can see Lloyd walking into a Walmart. Only moments later, Lieutenant Deborah Clayton of the Orlando Police would also walk in. On security cameras, we see them cross paths multiple times. When Lieutenant Clayton was walking back to her car, she was made aware that Lloyd was spotted in that same Walmart. She went back in to make an arrest. As she approached Lloyd, he pulled out a gun and
Yo, but where her partner at? Like, why they got that dark-skinned queen going in there by herself? Like, where her partner at? Where your partner at?
shot her 4 times, ultimately killing her. Lloyd managed to escape the scene, sparking a manhunt for who, at the time, was the most wanted man in Florida. 9 days later, Lloyd's house would be surrounded by SWAT. If you watch closely through infrared cameras, we can actually see Lloyd bear crawl his way to his arrest. Though Lloyd seemed to have surrendered, during his arrest he suffered severe injuries to his face. In fact, he lost one of his eyes because of the beating the officers gave him.
Yeah. Well, listen, you killed that queen, so, you know, I mean, what, you know, literally an eye for an eye. They literally took his eye.
Some would consider this an eye for an eye. Fast
that.
forward to his court appearances where Lloyd would be seen throwing tantrums.
I'm reading the lecture back then, but somebody else I have absolutely don't know nothing about. And they frame me.
Doing a first appearance hearing, he can be taken after he signs. Have him sign the no contact.
And even threatening the judge.
Even threatening the judge. Even threatening the judge.
Mr. Lloyd, watch your tone and the way you speak. Out. Out.
Later,
Lloyd would be given the chance to speak.
He looked crazy right there. Like, right there, he looked crazy. He looked crazy.
All my life, I looked out for people. All my life, I did for my people. This city loved me. I didn't have a gun, and I thought she had armed herself. And when she made a move, I just was reacting to everything around me. He attacked me, and he put my mindset somewhere else.
Lloyd faced a jury who ultimately recommended he receive the maximum sentence possible.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Markeith Lloyd, should be sentenced to death. Answer, yes.
Lloyd erupted.
Let's get him out, folks.
Yeah, let's get him out before you start losing it.
Here is the moment Markeith would receive his death sentence.
I hereby sentence you to death.
Lloyd is currently on death row at Union Correctional Institution.
Should be.
Fortunately, Lloyd was caught after only killing 2 people. However, the same can't be said for the case of Nico Jenkins, a quadruple murderer from Omaha, Nebraska. Jenkins was responsible.
He looks psycho. Well, he in jail, so we can say whatever we want to say. You psychopath. Thank God you in jail, because that's one less thing we need to be worried about. Yo ass.
Responsible for a series of heinous murders in a 10-day killing spree in Omaha, Nebraska. Previously, he had been sent to a youth correctional facility and served a 10-year sentence for carjacking and assault. However, shortly after his release, Jenkins...
Some people just never change. This is a fact. Some people just never change.
Embarked on a path of violence. Within a month of his release, Jenkins shot and killed 2 individuals during a robbery. He continued his spree by targeting a former inmate he had met in prison, who he shot and killed in his own garage. 2 days later, in another carjacking, he claimed his 4th victim. Although initially arrested for unrelated charges, crucial evidence like DNA and the murder weapon linked Jenkins to the killings. Prepare for a twist that will make your jaw drop.
You not realize I got Nico Jenkins? You not realize that? I got Nico Jenkins. I got you. What do you mean you got me? I got your DNA at the murder scene. I got your DNA in the car. Sir. I got the weapon. I got Nico Jenkins.
Jenkins' utter lack of remorse in the courtroom. He eventually pleaded no contest to 4 counts of first-degree murder and waived his right to a jury trial.
Resurrection. Russia, get dead.
Yelling something about a socialist revolution at our cameras.
Yeah, he on that stuff.
During his hearing, yelling over Judge Peter Battalion, quote, "Let me talk, Your Honor, you're violating my human rights." Even calling
you
Judge...
gotta be a human to have human rights. You an animal.
Battalion prejudice, the same judge that'll oversee his trial in the absence of a jury. But right out of the gate, Jenkins made an objection. Battalion asking to what?
Opting for a 3-judge panel to determine his fate. The gravity of Jenkins' actions was undeniable. The murders were deliberate, pre-selected, and purposeful. Upon being found guilty of all 4 murders, Jenkins received a death penalty sentence.
Therefore, this panel finds that the death penalty is appropriate, should be, and is hereby given for each of the 4
Some
murders.
people deserve the death penalty, because it's like, why our tax money gotta keep them afloat? Like, why they gotta be out here? Like, I know what you're thinking, oh, they killed somebody and they should suffer. But why should we suffer? I don't think it's fair that we gotta suffer too, because now we gotta pay for them. That's where our tax money go. And it's just not fair. So it's like, no. Bye. I looked up. See? Nah, I ain't gonna see you down there. Hopefully, God, please don't violate me. Have fun in hell. You know what I'm saying? That's because that's like what you want us to do.
Murders by the defendant.
Strikingly, he remained seemingly unfazed during this sentencing. Currently, he's incarcerated at the Nebraska State Penitentiary, awaiting the implementation of his death sentence. However, while Jenkins' behavior raised eyebrows, it's nothing compared to the explosive actions of Michael Brady during his trial.
He did it. Why you think he did it? Because he white? That's all I'm going to say.
4 to 8 times. When I punched her in the face is when she fell down.
Michael Brady was convicted of
because he looked like he did it. Like, look at him. Look at this guy. You wouldn't think this guy did it?
attempted murder and was facing a 24-year prison term after shooting at a North Carolina state trooper. However, things took a dark turn when he, along with 3 other inmates, brutally attacked and killed 4 prison workers using hammers and scissors at Pasquotank Correctional Institution in North Carolina. The level of violence in the attack was described as horrific, leaving a scene akin to a bloodbath. If you thought Brady would show remorse for his crimes, be prepared for his jaw-dropping conduct during the proceedings.
Y'all ready? Let's see what you about to say.
During the trial, prosecutors argued that Brady was the mastermind behind the attack and showed no remorse for the lives lost.
We know who originated the plan. We know who led the plan. We know who put the actions in place to furtherance of the plan. That man, Michael Brady.
I stabbed him like 4 to 8 times 2 is supposed to go down in 1.
Then Brady took the stand.
You can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna tell the truth. How it was, whether it hurts me, whether it helps me. I don't care about that.
Answer, you don't believe you're crazy, do you?
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
Looks crazy.
Because your freedom meant more than their lives.
Yes. That's how I am until some big event, whether it's shooting a state trooper, whether it's trying to escape from prison, whether it's a serious fight, whether it's whatever. Once that big event happens, all the pressure's gone.
He was found guilty, and at his sentencing, he maintained a disturbingly emotionless demeanor. The jury unanimously recommended the death penalty, a sentence the judge readily agreed upon.
A jury unanimously recommending that the defendant be sentenced to death.
Brady's now incarcerated in Colorado. He awaits his date with the death penalty. However, it's not the first time a convict was emotionless in court, just like what happened in the notorious case of 30-year-old...
Oh, he came in there with the pimp swag. Pete gang. After this scumbag.
penalty. However, it's not the first time a convict was emotionless in court, just like what happened in the...
My son came in there. If it is me, if it is gay, you gotta get out the gate. Get out the gate. What? Get out the gate. That's how he came in. Drop a comment if you ever seen that movie. If you didn't, then I don't know. But that's how he came in. Like, bro, what's good with you?
A notorious case of 30-year-old Bass Webb, who was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder for attempting to run over 2 jail employees with his car outside a Kentucky jail, resulting in severe injury for one, while the other narrowly escaped. While the crimes committed by Webb were reprehensible, his conduct in court will make your blood run cold. Webb was subsequently arrested and charged for his violent actions. Judge Dixon, originally assigned to preside over the case, had to recuse herself due to her connection with the victims. The most shocking moment came when Webb spat on the judge during his court appearance, earning himself additional charges. This disrespectful act left everyone, including his own attorney, in disbelief.
Yo, but look at that attorney. Look at the attorney like, my boy. Did you just spit at a judge? Like, look. Yo, if I send you this, it means, are you serious? The audacity.
Webb's violent tendencies didn't stop there. While awaiting trial, he ignited a riot among fellow inmates at the Fayette County Detention Center. He took a leading role in this chaos, even after being shot with beanbag bullets and hit with a pepper ball. He went so far as to throw a metal telephone box at officers. Webb was eventually charged with third-degree assault for these actions, resulting in a 15-year prison sentence. Later, he was found guilty of 2 counts of attempted murder for the car incident, adding an extra 37 years to his sentence, totaling 52 years. During his incarceration, Webb was linked to an unsolved murder of an ex-girlfriend. To avoid the death penalty, he pled guilty to the murder and received an additional 50-year sentence. Years later, he faced charges for the decades-old murder.
Not he killed his whole shorty. Like, he been a killer.
Of another girlfriend. Due to his time in prison, Webb's appearance and demeanor had changed, but not his capacity to shock. Tattoos on his head bore chilling messages, including a hit list targeting judges, prosecutors, law enforcement, and the media. During his trial,
What? Did they just say he tatted judges on his head with a hit list? He tatted judges' names. This is the hit list that he tatted on himself. I'm assuming, right? I mean, can you tattoo yourself? Because who else would do that? I mean, inmates who's just as crazy as he is. I'm just like so shocked. He take the cake.
But not his capacity to shock. Tattoos on his head bore chilling messages, including a hit list targeting judges, prosecutors, law enforcement, and the media. During his trial, evidence revealed the gruesome details of how he choked his girlfriend to death and buried her body. Yet, he remained unrepentant, even laughing during proceedings. After a lengthy trial, the jury delivered its verdict,
You have found the defendant guilty of the offense of intentional murder.
sentencing Webb to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. However,
Why
when
are y'all giving this dude parole? What is happening?
emotions run high in court, the actions of Webb and Darrell Brooks leave us questioning sanity itself. Darrell Edward Brooks Jr. faced severe charges, including murder for driving.
Hearing about him, I ain't gonna lie. Let's learn about somebody else. Oh, it ends with him? It ends with this scumbag? Alright, you know what? Let's go out with a bang.
Driving his SUV into a Christmas parade crowd in Waukesha, Milwaukee on November 2021. The horrendous act resulted in the deaths of 6 people, including an 8-year-old, and left dozens injured. Despite the horrifying nature of Brooks' offenses, his actions during sentencing managed to shock everyone present.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
During the trial, Brooks displayed a disruptive and aggressive attitude, often interrupting Judge Jennifer Darrow. In response, the judge isolated Brooks in a separate room with a monitor, muting him unless
Yo, y'all hit that subscribe for the vibe.